Where did that come from? Been hammering down with rain all day, and look at this. There's some huge snowflakes. Well.
Good afternoon, everybody.
We're back. 21st of January
2021.
for a socially distanced local walk.
There is 1 metre between us, despite what the camera might reveal.
We're going to continue with our massive ring,
Well,
heading north towards Warrington from where we left off last time in Appleton Thorn. Let's start that again.
we got told to move.
Yeah, a very helpful local lady came out and said, "What are you doing outside of my house? You cannot park here. This is only for residents of the close. You have to go to the car park down the road."
Which is fortunately free.
Yeah, so I thanked her for her very kind, helpful words, and here we are.
harm done.
We've moved. Let's begin. We've lost about 10 minutes there.
Ooh.
The sun might be shining right now, but last night we had an absolutely torrential, crazy, heavy downpour of snow, which just came from nowhere. It's like, where
Some
did
of
that
which is
come
still
from?
here.
In fact, yeah. Appleton Thorn.
We're going the other way to last time.
Church to the left, pub the Thorn Inn to the right.
Yeah.
This is a lovely church. Check out the old road signs. Warrington. The parish church of St Cross, Appleton Thorn, built 1886. Appleton Thorn Cross. Look at the snow, mate. Still quite a bit of a covering.
Oh, no, listen, Duke. Gotta go, gotta
What?
WTMFNJ.
What's
That's
that?
way too many effing Nissan Dukes.
Goodbye, Appleton Thorn already. Country roads. Oh, do you know what? I promised I wasn't going to sing on this walk.
You start singing John Denver immediately. Although, speaking of him, you won't be leaving on a jet plane anytime soon.
No, unless I've had my PCR test or whatever it's called.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nowhere near as cold or windy as I expected. Quite nice. James and I have been feeling pretty lazy lately. This lockdown's hit us hard. It's been, like we said, nearly 3 weeks since our last walk.
Yeah, exactly.
We just tried to be good and stay home and
Save lives.
save lives. Our next village or hamlet that we'll hit is Right Screen.
Bright green.
Bright green.
Bright green.
It's a little bit cold with the wind.
I don't mind that.
James and I are seasoned travellers. We've been to many countries in the world. I can't remember, I think I've been to about 18. You've probably been to something similar. But what we wanted to say is that despite not being able to get away, there are interesting and beautiful places to be visited on your doorstep.
Exactly.
If there's one thing that lockdown has taught us, is that you don't have to go on a plane to find something beautiful. Another reason I was so shocked last night by the amount of snow is because just how much rain we've had the last few days. Absolutely hammering it down. You can see how flooded it is.
It actually feels cold.
How flooded is it? Don't splash me. Thank you. In fact, what I could do, just as a preamble to this video, is add in a few shots of the snow last night. Just so that in 20 years' time we can go, woo, look how much snow we had. Is this a sign that spring's here? The gorse bushes have flowered. Ta-da!
Bright green.
Rural Warrington, Right Screen.
Is it classed as Warrington?
I believe so. Surrounded by fields, sheep, cows, trees. I had thought of us going through this field, but we'll do the alternative route, which is pretty much on a par. I've done a lot of walks around this area. It's really quite nice. Rural. There's the Grappenhall walled gardens a bit further on, which I guess will be closed, but it's really quite nice. This house has 2 Dukes on the drive. This is now officially been renamed Dukeville.
Oh God.
Everyone's got a Duke on here.
I found the walled garden though.
I think that one's more of a walled field. James is talking about car crash TV.
What are you saying in Russia? At least they actually probably crash into each other.
Yeah, and they don't want seatbelts, they just fly out the window, roll over, get up and go.
Exactly.
Все в порядке. We're leaving right screen.
Yeah.
What's our next destination? Probably Grappenhall. We have noticed that the roads have been busier in lockdown 3, than it was during lockdown 1. On the horizon we've spotted what we reckon is Warrington Town Centre. Lots of cranes. James says it's more like the City of London or Manchester. Yeah. Do you know when the first lockdown came around and COVID came around, I was like, thank God they're going to stop talking about Brexit. But this has just been going on too long for me.
And now it's bring back Brexit. All is forgiven.
But don't bring back Trump. Trump's gone. Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
Whoa,
yesterday. Look at that house, mate.
Oh, nice.
You can tell there's some money around here. Hey, look, there's another one of them shiny mirrors. That one doesn't need a clean.
Porsche.
Snowman, obviously built yesterday when it was heavy snow. Only kidding.
Yeah.
The dairy farm, that's a quality old sign, I like that.
Yeah.
Very rural.
Property anyway.
Hello, loves. James has spotted a fiddler. Not on the roof, but on the horizon. Fiddler's Ferry! We're going to the roundabout here. I'm going to do a song now. Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking. Watching X-Files when the lights on, with on the maze on. I hope the smoking man's in this one, like Harrison Ford, I'm getting frantic. Like Stingham Tantric. Like Snickers guaranteed to satisfy. Like Kurosawa, I make matter films. Care to make films. But if I did have a samurai. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. I'll stop now. That's enough. Grappenhall Hayes.
So,
there's a lad I went to college with, pilot for EasyJet. He lives here. The gates to Grappenhall Hayes.
yeah.
When January started, we saw this 90-mile January. And we thought that'd be great. Let's do it. Let's go and walk all the time.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, looking on my mileometer, call it, on my phone, I have done 3.8 miles a day. Grappenhall Hayes. The funny thing for me is 3.4 miles a day average is actually pretty low. I think last month, December, I did about 5.2 miles a day on
You were
average.
doing 2 shifts and you didn't have much furlough.
Dude, you see, spring is coming. The daffodils are poking through. This is a very nice estate. Yeah. This is the path. Let's just hope it's not too mucky because we are in our trainers.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Fiddler's Ferry. If I stop and zoom, there you go. See the power station? No, we're going to go down the roadway. If we'd had our boots on, yes. Trainers. Oh, I got the whole moon in my hands. I got the whole white moon in my hands.
I was singing that at school actually.
Except you probably sung about the world and not the moon.
Oh, just heard that Glastonbury's off this year.
Sun's low already. I can't wait till the summer comes round again and you've got the long days. And then after a shift at work or before a shift at work we can go and we can get a few hours walking in.
A few other things. Some also have cars.
From here we go down the hill and it takes us under the canal. Which canal would it be? Bridgewater, isn't it? What's this? Is this the old gatehouse to the old something or other? Wow, that's a nice view.
Some sort of education.
There's St Elphin's Church. It's the one opposite Sainsbury's.
Oh yeah.
Today's walk was never going to be as long as our last one, which was 8.2 I think.
I think so, something like that.
Today we're just going to do a couple of miles just to get us back into the swing of things. Because today's walk needs to be a circular walk, what we'll probably do is when we get to the canal bridge here, we'll do our Simon Wilson thing, end the video that is the ring walk, but then film the return just for posterity. And so, it is at this point that we end today's ring section, having walked 55 minutes and done just short of 2.5 miles. Thanks very much for watching the next section of the ring walk.
Haven't we still got a bit to film?
We are going to walk back but film it separately. I'm going to do that. So we're no longer on the iPhone, we're on the DSLR. Let me just show you the brook with all the rain that I was telling you about. Look at the state of that, how fast flowing and how high it is. The man with the map. This part of Warrington is called Cobbs. Never heard of it. C-O-B-B-S. Bit of a housing estate.
Cobbs Lane is the next one on the right.
This is Dale Lane. Then we're going to go on Bridge something.
We're going to join Bridge Lane after this, a Ginnell, this again, and that transit looks to have seen better days.
The major news this week is that after nearly 8.5 years, I had to say goodbye to my scenic.
It's like a family member, isn't it? It's like saying goodbye to one of your family when you do that.
Big Blue, served me well.
Like a pet.
Yeah. One thing I do like on a day like this is just the sunlight. It's the sun's low in the sky. What a funny face! Hiya, hello mate. Hey,
Because
you've seen my beard. Have you seen the state of this? Been growing it out since lockdown.
well, I was very lucky because I managed to get into my barber's on the 30th, hours before we went into T4.
That's a pretty old school street sign, isn't it?
That's like post-war thing.
Hinton.
I don't mind quirky cars. I mean, I did this in Micro, that was quite quirky.
Here we
I
go.
graduated in about 2007. What did Renault start doing? Selling the Twingo here. And then it wasn't funny anymore.
The old Twingos, it was something we'd often see on holiday in Mallorca or France, with the big round lights, a bit like a frog, even more frog-like than a Nissan Micra. And I used to always say to my granddad, I hate Twingos. I hate Twingos. And he used to wind me up about the Twingo just the way you like to be wound up by the Duke. Bit of an incline here.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where I bought my push bike from? I think it was Cash Converters or the other one. I mean, brand new, I bought my bike. I say brand new, it was in brand new condition. I think I gave 650 quid for it, but it was worth double that.
Yeah.
And it's done me well. When I get my puncture repaired, James gets a bike, we'll go out on some rides. Walking's cool, but riding you can cover 3 times the distance at the same time.
Yeah.
Straight up there, up the hill.
Straight up road.
The next place we're coming to, when we get to the roundabout and on a bit, is called Dudlow's Green. Was it Dudlow's Green?
Dudlow's.
Next to Wright's Green. Lots of greens. Bright greens. Leafy greens. So, that'd probably be the most direct walking route back to the car. But we're going to do this one. Should be quieter. Look at the size of these. First time I've been here in my life.
Me too.
Seems alright.
Well, I might have driven here like once when I got lost years ago, maybe, but possibly not.
Here he is, the grateful man, full of grapes. Oh yes, please, thank you very much. What time is the sunset again?
Oh, it was 16:24 the other day, but I'll have a research into it.
So we've not got much more than 30, 40 minutes maybe.
31. 31?
It's funny, you cross over a brook and then the whole vibe of the area just changes, doesn't it? Leafy,
Yeah, you've only got
big houses.
Walk and then...
Again, we've done well with the weather. There was a slight chance of rain, I think it's at 30-40%. Absolutely huge houses here.
Some absolutely lovely houses here, yeah.
Huge!
That one.
Wow, mate, stunning. Lion's house, like the old lamppost there. Pedestrians only bit. Like that.
Like Centre Parks or somewhere with that wooden design.
You can imagine a giraffe coming up and you feed it off your balcony.
Having a giraffe? So I've been learning the piano. I've sent you that.
Oh mate, yeah, what's the news thing? You've started learning to play the Fields of Athenry.
But very, very badly. I mean, one hand at the minute. I've just got to introduce the left hand now.
Fox Hill Lodge, I like
Because
that.
all the YouTube videos don't put the tune in the original key, because the original key is E major, which if you know anything about E major, has 4 black notes and is very hard. So they'll put it in a simpler key.
I know nothing. Ich bin der Musikmann, ich komme von Feite und ich kann spielen. Ich spiele die Mundharmonika. Und James spielt Klavier. Mate, this is very old-fashioned and rural and farmy and...
Black post box.
Every walk we do, we see a black post box, because we saw one on the other walk too.
Rainford. Hang on, we saw one Rainford, and I'm sure we saw another one somewhere.
We did, definitely. Can't remember. Weather vane. As James was just saying, this way back is a whole lot more peaceful and a lot more pleasant
Well, it is at the moment.
than the big main road. It's nice that we've done something a bit circular.
Yeah.
Green lane,
Well, more people out at 2 o'clock.
bright green, Wright's green. Everything's been green today. This week, Coral and I have been playing lots of chess. and she's getting a bit frustrated because I keep beating her every single game. But the inspiration was the Queen's Gambit on Netflix. We thought, how interesting can it be, a girl playing chess? But it's an interesting story. If you've not seen the Queen's Gambit, I recommend it.
Saw a piano on the station, decided to have a tinkle on it, save 50 pence in the process. Oh, maybe that lady had just come off here.
Yeah, it's a little bit mucky, mate, but I think we'll be alright. Lot of snow here still. Welcome to Julia's Wood. Woodland Trust.
Yesterday this might have been a quagmire.
I bet it was. I really can't believe how much snow came down last night. It was crazy.
I just can't believe how it turned to snow after the rain. That was...
Yeah, and the fact that it was actually sticking despite all the rain we'd had. There's some people on the other side there. Oh, bit of rushing water.
15 minutes to Parkman Road, so 14 to the car, so.
These are all the places we've been on our walk, really, except Arley. Been to Appleton Thorn. Right, it's green. Ludlow's green.
The next one.
We did Arley. That's when we went past Arley Hall. Remember?
Ah, yeah.
Our next walk, we will continue from that canal, Bridgewater Canal Bridge, heading north to the centre of Warrington, Orford and beyond as the ring continues.
I want to expand my model train collection. This is where I reveal I'm a bit of a geek. By buying a system, not with reversing lorries, but where you can actually press a button and it does the real station announcement, like in real life. The only one I know is a German one, but I'm sure they've got a UK one. Am Gleis 3, bitte einsteigen, Türen schließen selbsttätig. Vorsicht vor der Abfahrt des Zuges.
Yeah. Ausstiegen, Fahrtrichtung links. I always remember the ones when I lived in France. I used to live in a town called Creil, and it'd be Creil, ici Creil. Assurez-vous de ne rien avoir oublié dans le train. Well, the French call what we call Charles de Gaulle Airport, Roissy Airport. I used to go on the Roissy bus, which used to take me from Creil through Senlis, which is an absolutely stunning little village, and on to Roissy. Et c'est là où je prenais l'avion pour rentrer chez moi en Angleterre. Ici.
Whereas when I lived in Belgium on my study year, I used to get the Eurostar and then across to Waterloo, the Eurostar arrived in bloody Waterloo, and then across to Paddington for Great Western Railway to Plymouth, where I lived at the time. Also a nice ride. And I think once my mum drove me up to Bristol and I flew back. It was at Exeter.
Oh mate, once Louis dropped me off at Paris. And it said, yeah,
that's good.
Vol annulé. I was like, oh my god, I've got work in the morning. There were two options.
Hang on.
Seats to Belfast and seats to Bristol. And I thought, well, at least if I go to Bristol, I'm on the right bit of land. So I got the very last seat to Bristol.
Oh, right.
And my mum and dad had to drive down, bless them, which was a good 4 hours.
I was going to say.
Have you ever missed a flight in your life?
I have never missed a flight, although I did forget my passport once in the taxi.
Whoops.
When I was only about a mile from home, I realised, so I said swing round, and I still made it with about half an hour to spare.
The only time that we were close was flying back from Schönefeld, as was. We've now got the Brandenburg Airport.
It's the same thing, really.
So pretty much the same runway, they just built the terminal on the other side of it.
Yep.
But flying back from Schönefeld, we didn't realise just how long it had taken the public transport to get out to the airport. And as we ran up to the desk, the lady on check-in went, "Sie haben Glück gehabt," and we got it. Did you ever watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Years ago.
That was a classic film. He reminds me of the baddie in it, the one who's played by Dr. Emmett Brown, by Christopher Lloyd. And he what does he do? He does some sort of weird voice or a whistle, and the rabbit goes "Brrr," and he comes out. The last vestiges of sunlight. Nearly there. But a pleasant walk.
Woohoo.
The police said hello. They didn't fine us for walking.
Why would they? We're 1 metre apart.
True that. And James is in my bubble. Do you reckon that's a house, or is that just like some old school? That's amazing. So back at the cross on the green at Appleton Thorn. Another thoroughly enjoyable walk. How far have we actually done? 4.72 miles walk today so far.
Okay. And the puke's still there.
That's nice in the snow.
More traffic and a few people finish work.
Yeah. And there we are, back at the car park, which the lovely, 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 lovely lady so kindly recommended. Let's just hope the lockdown and coronavirus disappear soon so we can resume our weekly walks. Otherwise, I'm going to start getting out my models from my Star Trek collection and filming them, and you're going to have to watch that, everyone.
Yeah, but you know what's happening if coronavirus goes away?
What's that?
I've got to start working again.
That's true then. 4.89 miles have been walked today. Half of that was the ring, the other half was coming back. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully see you again in January. If not, definitely in Feb for many more walks and adventures with the J Boys. See you later.
See you later.